Alright guys, we're on the Appalachian Trail today. We got dropped off just now at Iron Mountain Gap. Last time we got dropped off here we went north. This time we're going to do 20 miles headed south. We're going to come out the Nolichucky River. It's going to be 2 days and 1 night. Alright guys, so we made it 3 miles in. We've been hiking for just over an hour and a half. We made it to the Cherry Gap shelter, which is behind me. And we're just going to keep going and try to make 8 miles. Alright guys, so we just passed up the 6-mile mark. It was the highest peak of our trip. It's a 5,600 foot mountain, and I was going to do a little video up there, but we kind of smell the wet dog smell, which is what a bear smells like. So we kept moving and got down in here. So that's our most recent landmark, and we're going to get to camp in about an hour. Alright guys, so we made it to where we're going to camp tonight. It's down back that way in a little thicket of pine trees. We came a little further than we had originally intended to because of smelling that bear, so it got a little dark on us. I'm going to show you my camp setup tomorrow morning. We're camped right down there. You can't really see anything on the camera in the thicket of pines. Right now I'm on top of a bald, which is basically where there's no trees growing. It's just a grassy field. I'm going to set up camp and get some food cooked and see you in the morning. Alright guys, well, we are up on a bald just past Beauty Spot Gap, and sun's rising over there across the mountain. We just woke up. We're going to get some breakfast going and hit the trail again pretty soon. You can see that mountain over there in the distance. That's the mountain we came off of last night, and then we came down the holler and then walked up here onto this bald, and then we're camped down there, so just to the right of that big thick clump of pine. There's an old logging road that made a nice flat spot for the tent. So we're going to get going again pretty soon. We're about 8.5 miles in, so we don't have too far to go today to make a 20-mile trip. So stay tuned. So really quick, what I'm going to do is just show y'all our camp. This tent right here is the MSR Freelight number 3. It's a 3-person tent, and it's got a rain fly, and then I think you buy the footprint separate. I'm not exactly sure, but it has a vegetable on each door, and then a mesh door, and it's a really comfortable tent. You know, me and my dad pretty much take up all the space in there, even though it's a 3-man tent. I think it's a pretty good rule, unless you buy a 1-man tent, to go 1 person bigger than how many people you're actually going to put in there. Because if you had 3 people in here, there would not be room for anything else, and it would be pretty uncomfortable. But this is a great little tent. It's pretty simple. You got a pillow, you got a sleeping bag, you got a sleeping pad, then you've got your tent, and you know, extra clothes to sleep in really make all the difference between, you know, how cold your sleeping bag will go. Alright guys, so that peak on the right is the biggest peak that we climbed on this trip. It's about 5,200 something feet. You can see on the right top half of that, it's just covered in thick pine trees. And then down lower, you got more oaks. It's really pretty to walk through. even though it was a rough climb. And now we're seeing that from across the hauler up on another bald. It's a really, really good view on these balds because there's not too many trees to block you from seeing anything. Most of the balds are actually bigger than this and have a better view. This is a pretty good view. Alright guys, we just left camp. It's about 11 o'clock. So we got started way later than we intended. But if we make 2 miles an hour, we should be out of the woods by around 5 o'clock. So it's not too awful bad. Alright guys, we're maybe a mile in. We're coming up on this big bowl. Got a really good view. Been hiking probably 30 minutes, trying to make 2 miles an hour at least. This is our big old ball. Alright guys, we just stopped to get a snack and fill up on water. We got just over 5 miles to get out, and in about a mile we'll be at a shelter. So we'll know that's going to be exactly a mile from here. So we're going to try to make that in pretty quick time, and we should be able to get out here easily by dark. Alright guys, so we've come maybe about 25-30 minutes from getting water, and we came across this old stone foundation for a ranger station or something. I think the shelter, the trail of the shelter is behind me, and then the trail, the hiking trail goes that way. So we made pretty good time to where the shelter should be. So it's been a solid 30 minutes from when we stopped to get water, but we made it to Curly Maple Gap shelter. So that means a solid 5 miles till we make it out of the woods. Alright guys, we made all 12 miles today in about 6 hours. It's exactly 5 o'clock. We got the Nolichucky River behind us. We're going to cross the road and get back to the truck. And I hope you guys enjoyed these videos of our trip on the Appalachian Trail this week. And thanks for watching.